Destination Mark.
Pac-Man World Re-Pac is a stunning reimagining of the original game on PS1. I say reimagining because there are a few areas in the game that feel very different from the original, and that's quite certainly a good thing. I'm getting ahead of myself though. Let's first take a look at the controls. Pac-Man's moveset here is the same as in the original Pac-Man World. He can jump, butt bounce, rev roll, and shoot pad dots. Pac-Man controlled pretty well in the original game, but here he controls even better. The only real downside I've come across is how his butt bounce feels. You have to wait until Pac's at the apex of his jump to initiate the attack, which wasn't the case in the original, and therefore the bounce feels a bit clunkier in Re-Pac. You can chain bounces together repeatedly and then it feels as seamless and quick as before, but when you're trying to just platform along and smoothly jump around and attack some enemies with the bounce, the game will seem to drop your input if you're not careful about how you initiate the move. It's very strange and needs some tweaking in my opinion. Also, depth perception used to be quite the deal in the original Pac-Man World, but while it's gone for the most part in Re-Pac, one thing that is absent here that helped in the original was the drop shadow. This should be a platformer staple at this point, and to not see it here is embarrassing. I've fallen to my death multiple times because I was trying to platform seamlessly and fluidly, but would end up just overshooting a platform or falling to either side of it. Pac-Man does have a shadow that does sometimes act like a drop shadow, but it's not efficient enough. And some enemies and objects in this game do have one of their own, so it's inexcusable for Pac-Man to be missing it. Other than those gripes, everything else is really polished, and animates very nicely. The new additions like Pac-Man turning big when he eats a power pellet is a nice touch, and thank you for fixing certain boss fights like Anubis Rexes and Chrome Keepers. They were the most brutal in the original game, and they've been respectively tweaked and overhauled to feel much more fair. Other boss fights that were changed were the Clown Pre and Tuckman himself, which I dare not show off in its entirety, but it was pretty cool. Overall, some things were kept the same. Other important things that needed to be tweaked, changed, or balanced were, a couple things could still stand to be improved on, but otherwise, Pac-Man World Re-Pac is another home run out of the park for old school platformer remakes. If you're a fan of the Pac, grab this game because he's officially back.